this guy is a, if you have kids in the car, I'm sorry. He's just a badass. Like, that's the only real phrase that I can come up with right now at basically midnight of how I feel about Hunter Greene. Just certifiably shoved it right down their throat all night long and just, for the most part, challenged guys. There wasn't a whole lot of cuteness to it. You know, that's the beautiful part about watching Hunter Greene throw right now, is that it's just, here it comes, best of luck hitting it. And it feels like Hunter Greene has honestly gotten to the point in his career now where he just feels like he's a dude. The confidence exudes from Hunter Greene. I think, honest to God, that he expects to do this now. I don't know if it's realistic to continue to do this, if we're being honest. But every single start has looked very much the same. And Cy Young is a very, very lofty goal, right? I think it's probably unrealistic to say anyone's going to win a Cy Young at the beginning of a year unless they're obviously a Hall of Famer in their prime. Hunter Greene is headed down that path. Now, obviously a lot can happen. I'm not trying to jinx anything. But that's how damn good he looks. Tonight, after saying all I just said, might have been the best start I've ever seen him have. That's, if you didn't see the game, that's how I feel about it. Nick, any other thoughts that you want to add from Hunter's perspective?
His slider was just unbelievable tonight. I mean, the command that he felt like he had of his slider was, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Just, it was completely dominant. The Giants, they swung at 18 of his sliders. 11 of them they missed. That's a 61% rate. I believe the number is like 35%, maybe 30% is good. I have to double check that, but it's really good. He got 19 swing and misses on the night, which is just unbelievable. Definitely got some help from the ballpark. They'd give up a lot of hard hit balls, but as I've said over and over and over again on this show, when you play in a big ballpark like that, if you don't walk guys, you create your own luck. And Hunter Greene did not walk a guy the entire game until the last batter when he just probably flat out ran out of gas. But, I mean, it's just the contract the Reds got for Hunter Greene is just unbelievable. I mean, just what an unreal pitcher. And if you want to have hope in the Cincinnati Reds, Hunter Greene is right up at the top of why you should have hope in this team.
No doubt. I mean, listen, tonight is a perfect example of when we had discussed last night on the podcast about how, you might want to kind of cycle these things out and have Hunter Greene go against perhaps some other starters so you feel like you have a much better chance of winning. It can also happen in reverse, and we've been very close to having that happen a few times this year. Obviously, the 1-0 losses burn bad, but if you find a way to win 2-1, you find a way to win 2-0 like you did tonight, those things can obviously drastically change the outlook of the season, because you'd like to think at some point, Nick, that this offense will start to step up. Tonight, Blake Dunn did so. The question I have for you as we move forward here is, how much does that moment help Blake Dunn get in regards of opportunity? Because it seems like Hurtubise and Dunn have always just kind of been in a spot where they've not been given a fair chance. They feel like they're the backup quarterback that wasn't the highly rated recruit that came in. And although, when they come in garbage time from time to time and they look really good, they still don't replace the struggling starter. And I'm not here trying to say that the other guys that are in front of him are stars, because they're not. But this is a situation now, depending on how hurt Fraley is, do you feel like this is the silver lining or the crack in the I guess armor to give Blake Dunn a chance?
Well, I don't know about his entire role, but this at bat in this game was exactly what you wanted Blake Dunn to provide you. It was against a left-handed pitcher. Blake Dunn, throughout his minor league career, has hit lefties really well. Is he a platoon bat? Is he an everyday player? He probably is a platoon bat, but given where the Reds outfield is right now, I don't have any issue with finding out for sure if he's not more than a platoon bat or more than a platoon bat. But yeah, I mean, this was exactly the spot you were hoping Blake Dunn could deliver. Like when you cut Stuart Fairchild, you needed someone to take that role. This would have been Stuart Fairchild's role in 2024, and for Blake Dunn to come through in that spot was just huge. With Ellie behind him. I mean, Ellie would have been facing a tough left-handed pitcher. So, if Dunn doesn't come through there, the Reds were in a great spot, but it could have got dicey really quick. So, I'm excited for Blake Dunn, just a guy that had so much brutal luck last year. Right. 2023 is the Reds minor league player of the year. 2024, the guy gets hit on the head 3 times. Just everything that went wrong for him. So good for him. And I'm all for giving him an opportunity. I don't know how he'll do, but I think it's worth it.
It could also be worth it, depending on the health of guys. The other thing, too, clearly Will Benson, I think, deserves an opportunity at some point. If it seems overdue. Jacob Hurtubise shows tonight, once again, I guess, if you will, why he has a chance to kind of be a fringe big leaguer at times. He obviously showcased the defense in the 9th inning, but I also felt like he's overmatched. Listen, Logan Webb is going to make guys look bad. Like, that's why I also felt like tonight when those guys got the start, I'm like, oh, yeah, yippee for those two. Like, hey, here's your opportunity, guys. Go out there and knock them out of the park. Let's see how you can do. So I don't think it's much of a fair assessment when you have to go against Webb, but I would also say that he found a way to get on base. I know he got hit. I know he got hit right in the knee, but that's what he does. Like, that's kind of what he does. I don't know how he does it, but he gets hit, and he finds a way to get on base. He walks. He hits those little slap singles. And to be honest, when you look at his numbers throughout, the minor leagues at times, that's what made him interesting. And it's kind of like this. You don't like the way that it looks, but you like the result of it. So what do you prefer more, the result or the look? Now, clearly, to be fair, Hurtubise is not given much of a leash to know whether or not he's capable of delivering this time and time and time again. So I'm not going to sit here and act like Hurtubise is a for sure big leaguer. But ultimately tonight, just very fortunate. I just want to say that out loud. Like, very fortunate. Much of the same things that we've been complaining about all year happened tonight too. We had base running mistakes. We had inabilities. To drive guys in when we had opportunities. We had the analytical community probably up in arms at times because we decided that we were going to let Gavin Lux hit lefty on lefty in a spot that felt like it was very critical. But you know what? The Reds won, so we kind of just gloss all over that. And I'm not here to. My point is, I'm not here to say we need to talk about all of that, but I'm also here to say, hey, let's not fool ourselves into thinking that a lot of the things that we're upset about just got completely wiped away because Hunter Greene is that guy. Simply put. All right, we got some super chats that I've taken a long time to get to, so I apologize on that. RD711 says, Hunter's best game ever. Yeah, I actually think that's true. I think that's true. Big Z said it is not a kid show, considering that it is 12:37 in the morning. Nick's going to have to cut this out because I'm going to read it. Hunter dragged his nuts 2,380 miles across the country and landed them right on top of that shit state of California. Stud. That was a super chat. I had to read it. They're paying customers. I had to read it. My apologies for those that might be listening that are under the age of 18. But guess what? He did. He dragged his nuts straight all the way from coast to coast. And he's been dragging them for a while now. The truth of the matter is that, too, also, can I get to this? I really hope that Hunter decides he's just going to use that glove for the rest of the season. Why not? I mean, they decided, hey, his glove is I would have actually, if I was Hunter in a post-game press conference tonight, I would say, I would be wondering how tough of a time they would have had tonight if I actually used the other glove. I mean, they weren't able to hit it with the glove that supposedly was legal. Imagine how tough it would be for the illegal glove. Maybe that pissed him off. I don't know. Probably not, but who knows? I'd like to think it did.